What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Millie. I appreciate you for tuning in because listen, man, you could have been any place else in the world, but you decided to be here. Now, what's going on, my people? Listen, man, we got a big one. I am so surprised this shit was not making national headlines because I don't know what's going on no more. All right, and I'm doing this because I want to know how you guys feel about this alien shit. Do we think aliens is real? You know what I mean? Because me personally, they lied to me about Jesus being white. I don't know if I can believe them about aliens, if I'm being 100. Now, for me, you know, even with the space landing and shit, now, again, I don't try to force my beliefs on y'all. I just want y'all to think with me, okay? Even something as old as the moon landing, hear me out. The president at the time called the astronaut on the moon on a landline while it was being live streamed. Do you hear me? On a live television broadcast in every American's home, the president of the United States, which I believe was Richard Nixon, maybe, I could be wrong, called the astronaut. I forgot that, what was it? John Hancock? What's that boy name? I don't even know. The president called the astronaut while he was on the moon and asked him, how's the, like, is it me? Am I tripping? I don't, listen, and it sounds crazy, but if you look up the moon landing, you will see that phone call. How the hell did this man call that man on the moon? Because when I go into a tunnel, okay, when I'm in my basement, I got no service. How the hell did this man call this man from another planet? What is going, like, these are the questions I be talking about. Like, why can't we get these? How is that possible? They say the equipment in the first rocket ship that went to the moon is the same shit in the microwave, which they don't even have the technology to rebuild the fucker. Tell me what's going on. These are questions nobody can answer. I have no idea. Okay? Now, fast forward, we're here. All right? Yesterday, listen, man, work is stressful. All right? My employees is rebelling. I got a new boss. She cutting OT. How am I supposed to pay for a stripper's education if I can't work 70 hours? I don't know what, life is crazy. All right? And on top of it all, okay, you got aliens pulling up in our vicinity and we just shooting shit down. We're not even gonna try and ask questions. We don't know what's going on, all right? I heard about this a little bit yesterday, all right? And I saved the video so we can watch it together so we can both see what the hell is going on this planet, man. Because me personally, 10 for some eggs, $8 for milk that expires in 3 days. I need these boys to pull up. We need to start switching some shit up. If it got to get nasty for a couple months, I'm cool. We need a reset, man. Because the people running this show got the game fucked up heavy. You feel me?
At 5 today, breaking news from Alaska. The White House says another high-altitude object has been shot down. The Pentagon says that object was flying at 40,000 feet.
But they say it wasn't as sophisticated as the Chinese spy balloon that was shot down off South Carolina. Our D.C. Bureau Chief Ben Kennedy is live at the White House, where we are now getting reaction from the president. Ben.
Calvin, Nicole, the White House said this object did pose a threat. They had been tracking it since last night, and an F-22 shot it down at 1:45 this afternoon.
Yes, the president absolutely was involved in this decision. He ordered it.
Ordered downing another high-altitude object, this time over Alaska.
Do you have anything to say about the object shot down over Alaska, Mr. President?
Pilots got a close look at the unknown flying object Friday afternoon and determined it was unmanned, traveling 40,000 feet, which did pose a threat to air traffic in the area.
Civilian aircraft operate, at a variety of ranges up to 40 to 45,000 feet. So again, there was a reasonable concern that this could present a threat to or a potential hazard to civilian air traffic.
It comes after a Chinese spy balloon was shot down off the coast of South Carolina last weekend. Investigators now concluding that China's balloon seen over the country's Midwest was used for intelligence surveillance, saying it was equipped with multiple antennas that are capable of collecting communications. That refutes China's claim that it was a civilian weather balloon that had simply strayed off course. The Pentagon did acknowledge that it took longer.
My whole thing with this balloon, if you guys know anything about that balloon, this shit was floating for like 7 days. So if you know it had an antenna, why the hell you didn't shoot the shit down? Why are we waiting 3-4 days to shoot some shit down that we think is collecting information? You know what I'm trying to say? And I ain't trying to get conspiratorial on you, but why'd you wait so long? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that don't really make sense to me.
Than people may have wanted for that balloon to be shot down, but they wanted to wait until it was over open water so civilians did not get hurt from debris on the ground.
That answered my question.
And today's object did have an unknown origin. It is not clear exactly who owns it. It was shot down over ice, so it will be, quite frankly, easier to recover. Calvin, Nicole?
And Ben, what are the differences between this and the Chinese spy balloon from this weekend?
Good question.
Well, Calvin, first, one of the big differences is the shape. The object shot down is roughly the size of a car. The Chinese spy balloon is 3 school buses, so much larger. Also, the object was flying at 40,000 feet in the air. The China spy balloon was at 60,000 feet. And we will, of course, learn more details once that object, which again is not being called a balloon, is recovered.
This don't necessarily give me alien vibes, but it gotta be something of significance if you just putting this shit up, right? So now I guess like this dude who is some type of Secretary of Defense, he had a press conference right after this shit happened, you feel me? So let's see what this man is talking about.
Do this before bed to stop receding gums and decaying teeth before it's too late. 25% of adults over 65 have lost all their teeth from decay. All it takes is 7 seconds before bed to restore years' worth of decay and never set foot in an expensive dental office.
I would derive from these 2 incidents some sort of policy that comes out of it. The president will always act in the best interest of the American people and international security. Last week, we were talking about a surveillance asset that was purposely flown over the continental United States. In the case today, we're talking about an object. Again, we don't know a lot about it, but that at its altitude represented a potential threat to the safety of flying customers, civil air traffic.
Based on your broad and deep experience, who do you think might own or have flown this thing in the air?
I have no idea.
Good man.
See, now what strikes me as compelling, when that balloon was in the air, they damn near knew it was China right away. You feel me? So you don't have, so this tells me whenever they shot that shit down, if he's telling the truth, because frankly, listen, unless it's my cousin, me, my father, mother, I don't believe nobody in no suit and tie that be on TV. Nigga, you lying one way or another. I just don't know how. Okay? When shit like this happen, they can only tell us limited information, right? Because if he kept it a beam and told us what was really going on, riots and shit would start ensuing. We as a society cannot handle real shit. Okay? Anytime you try to say some real shit, either you are a homophobe or you are a racist. And I'm sick of this shit, man. I need the aliens to come. I want alien ZAZA. I want alien hoes. I want alien money. Because this regular money is not it. These regular hoes is not it. I need to switch my life up, man. Take me to Nibiru and shit. Venus and shit. What's the air like? They got chicken and waffles? They do? Bring me. That's how easy it is. You feel me?
You don't know who owns it, who's flown it, but has anyone from the administration reached out to the Chinese to see whether they will claim this new object?
I know of no outreach this afternoon to the Chinese government about this.
The State Department over the weekend, or last few days, I'm losing track of days, but since the first spy balloon, confirmed that they think that these Chinese spy balloons have gone over 40 countries. Considering that fact and this new development today, what's next on a larger diplomatic front? The U.S. talking with allies about how to police the skies, about how to bring this to the UN to figure out what to do?
We are talking to dozens of nations who we know have been overflown by Chinese surveillance balloons, part of this program that the Chinese have invested in, to share with them.
Wait, hold on. You know I didn't, Pete? So they didn't know what was in it. The only thing they knew about the object is that it was flying at an altitude of 40,000. And you just shot it down? Was there a nigga in there? Was there a black guy in there? Because that sound a little bit like, you know what I mean? Is the alien a brother? You didn't even pull the shit over to ask questions. You just seen the shit flying, I guess, kind of fast, and you just shot it down and then collect the information? Hey, how many times have we seen that? Where a police officer just shoot a motherfucker 50 times and then tell him to put the weapon down. Is it me? You just shooting shit unsolicited? Hey, whatever species that was flying that shit. Me and my community, we don't condone that, my boy. So when you come back to Earth to get your get back for these motherfuckers killing your mans, when you come back for the revenge, just know me and my people had nothing to do with that. Okay? That's Joe Biden and them. Frankly, I didn't even vote for his ass. I don't even know why he there. Okay? Get your shit back with them. Please leave us alone. Take these niggas. Please.
Them the context and information that we've learned by the forensics we've done since we came in office about this particular program. And I would remind you that we briefed Congress in a classified setting back in August about this. This is not something we haven't been trying to learn more about. We've been aware of it and trying to glean more information from it. And this, we expect that the recovery of the debris from the balloon we shot down on last Saturday, will help us gain even more information. But we are in the active conversations with many of these countries who we know have been overflown.
Gotcha.
Yeah, where specifically in Alaska was the high altitude object shot down?
So the Pentagon will be talking more about this a little bit later. They'll probably have more detail for you. But the general area would be just off the very, very northeastern part of Alaska, right near the Alaska-Canada border.
So near the Arctic Ocean?
Well, yeah, in fact, that's where it went down.
Near the Arctic Ocean? Ooh! This might be one of them. Hey, I ain't trying to get too conspiracy on you, but I'm going to give you some homework, okay? Why the Arctic Ocean is so important, which maybe a lot of people don't know. All you got to do, go on Google and type in the Antarctic Treaty, okay? Read 3-4 paragraphs and also look at the symbol that's on that treaty. Mind you, this is signed, I believe this is the only treaty that we have that is signed by every nation, man. This is the only thing we agree on. That niggas cannot go to Antarctica or go past that ice wall. You cannot do it. You cannot. If they tell you you can, you're lying. There are tours that go to that ice wall, but brother, you cannot go past it. It's the same thing like Area 51. That shit is in Vegas. You can walk real close, right? But if you get within, I would even say 200 feet of some important shit, the boys with the black trucks and the black masks is gonna come out with some AK-47s. Okay? Think with me now. You look up to me what the Antarctic Treaty is, man. Look that shit up. You can be like, boy, what the hell? Look it up for me. and let me know in the comment section.
On that northern side of Alaska, near the Canadian border, on water that is frozen in the yes.
It was never over land.
No, it
never
was.
over Alaska.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was shot down within the last hour. When did when did the U.S. first get intelligence that it existed?
The knowledge about the balloon and the track first came to our attention last evening.
Okay. What time thereabouts?
I don't have an exact time on the clock for you. It was last evening.
Well, have you ruled out, or not ruled out, but you have not determined that it was surveillance in nature, correct?
We haven't ruled anything in or out. And that's why we're calling this thing an object.
You just called it a balloon. You misspoke there.
I'm sorry. It's not a, yes, I'm sorry. You guys have...
You can't say it's a balloon either.
You guys have me with a balloon on the brain right now.
Right.
This was an object. Let me just clarify, I'm not classifying it as a balloon right now. It's an object. We're still trying to learn more from it. That it landed on water that is frozen could help us assist, make it easier for us to try to recover some of the debris. U.S. Northern Command is examining what the possibilities for that are.
Finally, you said you have no knowledge of any outreach to the Chinese yet from the administration. Are there plans to reach out and ask whether they...
I know of no plans to reach out to the Chinese specifically on this. I want to stress again, we don't know what entity owns this object.
We don't know what entity. I don't know if this motherfucker... See, when they say shit like that, like you could have said like what country type shit. What entity sounds like you're not talking about countries. Like this shit was not from this planet.
There's no indication that it's from a nation or an institution or an...
Hey, this is how you know I know what I be talking about. It's all in the words, okay? When these people talk, it's like double speak, right? Like every sentence can have 2 to 3 more meanings. It's up to you to figure it out. And what did I just say? When he mentioned entity, he's basically saying we are pretty sure this shit is not man-made. It didn't come from no China, no Russia. This is some other shit, okay? But since they didn't collect it, quote unquote, and they're not going to tell us pretty much what's in it anyway, and if they do, they probably built this shit themselves. You feel me? Because if you ever heard of Project Bluebeam, again, I'm not trying to give y'all homework, okay? This is just, I'm just trying to give y'all the news. But if you look up Project Bluebeam, they talk about shit like this, all right? We already got weather modification, which 7-8 years ago, you would have told me I am smoking fentanyl laced with crack if you would have told me we have technology to really alter the weather. I'm trying to tell you, man, the shit goes deep.
Individual, we just don't know.
Foreign entity, that's right.
We don't know who owns this object.
We'll keep going. Thank you. Thanks. Are you tracking any other similar objects right now at this time?
I'm not aware of any other tracks.
And then also, I know that you said that this was due to a civilian aircraft threat, but why not wait till it's over warmer water where you could more easily recover?
It wasn't heading over warmer water. It was heading over the Arctic. It's not very warm.
Listen, man, that Antarctica is some real shit, bro. Look the shit up. Just type it on Google. Antarctic Treaty. I'll give you another one. Look up Admiral Byrd. Like, these is real shit that is documented that has happened, man. And just think about how divisive we are as a country. Like, we are so divisive within our own country on top of the countries that we beef with. And the only treaty that all of these nations and countries can agree with is to not fuck with Antarctica. What's over there, son? Tupac, are you over there? Are you? Who's over there? Because I don't know, and I want to figure it out.
Thank you, Karine, and thank you, Admiral. One question on today's incident, and then one on a separate subject, if I may. Given how little was known about this object at the time that our forces shot it down, is it safe to say that when the president ordered that it be shot down. He did not know whether it was a manned or unmanned object.
We were able to get some fighter aircraft up and around it before the order to shoot it down, and the pilot's assessment was that this was not manned.
That's crazy, bro. Hey, man, let me know how you feel in the comment section. Do y'all believe in aliens? Because me, I believe there's some real shit. You feel what I'm trying to say? I don't know how much of it is controlled, and I feel like when it's brought to our attention in this regard, it's hard for me to believe that shit. Okay? I'm not trying to get too conspiratorial on you, you know what I mean? But I can sit here and name plenty things that was brought to us in the news and basically it was just a veil over our eyes kind of shit. You know what I'm trying to say? COVID is a prime example. Old girl in the press conference is still wearing a mask. We got shit coming out today saying that mask is really not good for you. But Shorty is still wearing the mask. You see what I'm trying to say? So when we have these breaking news and these, you know what I mean, when motherfuckers coming on the news talking about we shot down an unidentified object, it's hard for me to believe that they don't know or they didn't create this shit. Because everything these boys do, they have their hands in. Right? So I don't know. Maybe it could be well-played acting or maybe it could be legit. But at this channel, we have discernment. Just because you come on TV with a black suit and baby blue tie doesn't mean I'm going to jack whatever you saying. Show me some shit. Aliens is probably one of the biggest conspiracy things in the community. Okay? And when you got things like Project Bluebeam, you got HARP, all these other crazy ass organizations that do crazy ass shit, like creating guard particles, changing the weather. If they can do that, who's to say that these motherfuckers can't build a space alien-like craft and just do this shit? We got drones. You can make that shit remote controlled. You feel me? So a lot of it, I don't know. I truly don't know. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section, man. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.